Hot Wheelers, what's happening? Joe Motor here. Welcome back to the Motor Hood. Little video here to show you a few things I've picked up recently and to say what's up, check in with everybody. I am very excited today because I went to a vintage toy show, and it's the first one I've ever been to, believe it or not, and I found some good stuff, so I'm going to share that in another video. But so today's been a good Hot Wheels day, but I wanted to show you just a few things I picked up at the store last week. I've not been really finding much, even though I've got quite a bit more to look through here. I've got 2 or 3 Walmarts, a couple of Toys R Us, and a couple of Targets, and some other things in between. So I was hoping I'd be finding a little bit of this and that, but at this point there's really just not a lot happening on the pegs. So you'll have to tell me in the comments if that's true for your area too. But in any case, I'm going to show you this M2 piece and then a couple of black Bandits, so let's take a look. This first piece I found in a Walmart. They had just stocked these, but I think the chase piece had already been had. And these are really actually cool pieces. I've kind of lost faith in M2 a little bit overall, but some of the moves they make I think are very smart, and this is one of them for doing the 1965 Ford Econoline van. And this one in black, and I think they also have a pink one, and I can't remember if the chase piece is the black one or the pink one with the gold accents. But I have to tell you, I'm just really not that into M2 chases much anymore. I'll certainly pick one up and then trade it, or if you guys out there are still collecting them, put it up for trade. But I'm just not heartbroken if I don't find the chase piece, because they're just not that cool looking. Now the raw pieces are a different story. But I just haven't really been into M2's packaging and their new sort of line of regular old cars. I just feel like it's a lot of the same old stuff, and so when they do something really cool like this, it's worth taking a look at. And this 65 Ford Econoline van, definitely worth a look. With all the VW stuff that's coming out, it's kind of nice to see a different type of vehicle coming out that has this retro sort of van look to it. They're also about to come out with an F-250, I think. Maybe it's an F-150, I can't remember. It's a Ford F-Series truck, and I'm going to be definitely looking for that, and we'll definitely show it when it comes out. But anyway, here is the Econoline van. Now I was disappointed because when I opened up the package and took it out, you notice this, it looks like cat hair, but it's not. It's actual scratches. And that sort of disappoints me because I paid something like $6 for this car. And I could be a hardliner and take it back, but whatever. Don't have the energy at this point. I'll just display it this way for now. But just kind of stinks when you pay that much for a premium casting. It comes in its own display case and everything, and then you have these scratches sitting on it. So it's another one of these things. I think the quality control for M2 has kind of gone by the wayside as they sort of flood the market and really fill up the pegs with stuff. I mean, I love to see full pegs and a lot of variety, but if it's just going to be cheap stuff, then I think you're going to lose a lot of your collector base. And it's a shame, because that is a cool looking piece. But that'll definitely go in the display case, and it was worth picking up. And like I said, when the Ford truck comes out, I'll be hitting that up too. So take that off to the side a little bit, and let's take a look at these black Bandits. Really excited about this. But again, there's going to be some flaws here I want to talk about. Like we just talked about with this one, with the scratches on the back. We're going to talk about a couple of little flaws in these cars too that just sometimes bother collectors like myself. But I'm going to crack these open and I'll reset the camera. Be right back. Alright, back in the saddle here, and I've got these 2 black Bandits. I went by Toys R Us and found these on the pegs. I've been looking for them, so it was great to find them. And so I went ahead and grabbed them. There's only one of each, so I didn't have much choice between the 2. But I'll show you what I'm talking about with the sort of flaws. But just real quick, I'll show you the 1987 Pontiac Firebird GTA Black Bandit Collection. I believe this is Series 11. Down here on the bottom right, you can see Series 11. Real quick, I'll show you the back just in case you're interested, just so you have some reference. And we'll go ahead and crack her open. And there she is. Very beautiful Trans Am. Really like this piece, especially in the all black. It's got those little gold accents on it. I'll show you them up close here. See the little Thunderbird, Firebird there on the side. Sweet. That's nice. Look at the inside here. You can see the texture on the seats. Little gear shift there. And the dashboard, really nice. Pays attention to detail on the inside there. Really cool. And then up here you got some insignia as well. The GTA. Wheels are really cool on this. Like the chandelier spoke wheels. Really nice. Really took some time with that to perfect that detail, which at this scale is not easy to do. Side marker there. Here's your rear end. Nice Pontiac. Black Bandit on the license plate. Look at those taillights. Really cool mesh detail there. And then we'll look at the other side. Pretty much the same, minus the gas cap. Here's the front. Got some markers on the front too. Kind of looks like the kit almost. Actually says Pontiac, if you can see right there on the front. Very tiny detail. I cannot even see that with my naked eye. But on the camera it shows you Pontiac right there on the headlight. So very slick 80s style sort of piece here. What I wanted to say is, it looks like the base, as you can see right down here, the base is pushed up or pushed down a little bit, and I don't know if that's, sort of looks like it's happening on the other side. Can you notice how the base starts to show up underneath the body right here? See if I can get it closer. See how the base is hidden back here, but it shows up in the front? And I don't think that's supposed to be the way it is, but it could be. See how the base shows up on the bottom there, and then on the front wheel well looks a little higher than it should be? That just sort of bothers me, you know, because you're after these cars for the you know, the authentic sort of thing. But when those manufacturing flaws happen, it looks a little off. You can correct me if that's the way it's supposed to look, but it seems a little off to me. Also, if you noticed on the spoiler back here, there's a little bit of what looked to be like a rat chewed on it or something. Look up there on the top left. See that chips up on the top left? So just little stuff, but I mean, you are dealing with a very tiny scale, and so when you start to look at this stuff real close, you start noticing things. But from back here and in the display case, it'll still look like a nice looking, it's very slick Pontiac Firebird, and that's number 3886 in case you're wondering. Nice tread on the tires, by the way. So good things and bad things, but it bothers me, and these cars don't roll very well. You can see kind of the wobble. I don't know if you can see that or not. And with that front end jacked up a little bit, it just looks funky. Doesn't look right. And again, you pay $6 for these cars. So again, with the quality control, it's difficult to keep that together. So let's open up the Chevrolet C10 68. Again, another one of my favorite models. I've got another video where I talk about the C10s and the Cheyenne. This one is really cool. Let's go ahead and get it open. The reason I really like this one is that the black is a satin, almost a flat finish, so it's not too glossy, as opposed to the Firebird, as you can see, is super glossy, which works on the Firebird, certainly works on that car, but I love the flat black on this C10 here. So let's take a closer look. You can see the Chevy bow tie there with the 10 on the side markers. Nice wheels here, blacked out. You have a door handle and gas cap, keyhole, pinstripe all the way down the side. You have the windshield wipers and the dash vent there up on the top. And then here's the front end. Nice Chevrolet insignia. Headlights, markers, bow tie. Same on the other side. Oops. Did I do that? Nope. See, there's another little flaw. This looks like a little bit of goo. I might be able to get that off with some Goo Gone. We'll have to try that later. Let's take a look at the interior. There's your steering wheel. Do have texture on the seats, and you can see the dashboard just a little bit in there. I'm trying to focus it because my camera is confused about where exactly to focus, so I'm just kind of hope I'm not making you sick there, but you can get at the idea. Detail down in there. Let's make it close. There we go. Now you can see, sort of. Anyway, here's the rear. Nice Chevrolet and kind of a shadow font there. Really cool. And then you've got the tail lights and the black Bandit insignia on the license plate. Love this sort of flat black. It's kind of murdered out, is what some people say. That flat back black finish. And but the flaw on this one, besides this little piece of goo back here, is I've talked about this in another video where the bed looks a little jacked up. You notice the pinstripe here on the side. When it gets to here, it sort of jumps up. And I don't know if you'll notice if I put it on the ground. I'll show a close-up of these at the end, but you can kind of see it looks a little uneven. This happens on some people's models, on others it doesn't. But again, it's one of those minor things that just kind of bothers me. I tend to be a perfectionist, and so I like to see that line continue on a straight line. It sort of makes the bed look a little clunkier than it should. As you can see, it looks a little out of line. This is a problem that's happened over and over again for me with the Greenlight C10, so I doubt Greenlight watches my videos, but you know, if you do, maybe take a look at that in your quality control. Because again, we are paying $5 to $7, sometimes more for these dollars a piece for these cars, and usually they're for premium collectors, guys and gals that want to display them. So, you know, flaws in regular Hot Wheels are to be expected, and these cars you expect a little more, that's all. So anyway, there's the two black Bandits. I'll show them up close in here in just a second, along with the M2 Econoline van. Really cool premium castings. I do wish they would pay a little more attention in the quality control department for these pieces, but in any case, they're still very cool models. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back soon with a very exciting video. I'm so excited. I've got some vintage pieces that I picked up today, and we'll do a couple of videos probably on that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Keep on motoring.